So our organization is 15 years old this month. Serving this community has kept me clean and sober for over 31 years.
I first heard about Support for Recovery when I was in program 3 years ago.
So I was a resident at Diablo Valley Ranch.
I first heard about Support for Recovery just this year when I was invited to speak on behalf of local politicians.
I first heard about Support for Recovery when I was in East County Wallum in 2011.
I got involved with Support for Recovery because of Tom Aswan. The other reason is because I was in a family. My dad was a recovering alcoholic.
I first heard of Support for Recovery through Wallum.
I was privileged to be on the board with members who represented Support for Recovery, who came through the program, who spoke highly of it.
I was resident there for 90 days, and I heard through Support for Recovery through them, and that's where I got my funding from, and that's how I jump-started my entire life again.
I needed help taking my next step from program to an outpatient treatment.
One of the biggest issues is the stereotypes people have of recovery.
A lot of us have criminal records.
Thank you very much.
And we were under the influence. And we get there's a lot of stigma around the criminal justice system and recovery.
Trying to break that stigma is where I'm standing, trying to be an intern and giving back and being able to help others.
That's the biggest struggle, is changing that stereotype, having people recognize it. It affects everybody. It's in everybody's life, and we got to talk about it, and we got to recognize it, and we got to deal with it. So.
I was CFS involved. I was in early recovery and I was fighting to get my daughter back, and I didn't have the funds or support to get to where I needed. And I was introduced to Support for Recovery, who then helped me get to the future steps of getting my daughter back by getting me a place to go, and my story blossoming from there. I have now had my daughter back for 2 years. I have my own place in Oakley with 3 bedroom, and I have a new child as well. And I'm doing great, and my beginning started with Support for Recovery, so I'm very grateful.
So I was a grant recipient. They helped me immensely by supporting me for a few months because of course I wasn't working yet, so they were able to help bridge that gap for me to pay the program fees.
They supported me with housing when I completed program and went to the sober living.
Through Support for Recovery, I have a full life, and having that stability of a life and a home to go back to, and that kind of safe environment where people are doing like-minded things just like me, I was able to succeed a little bit more.
If I could change one thing, I think it would be publicity of Support for Recovery, because I don't think enough people know.
We have them so shortly in treatment, and then there needs to be a bridge to recovery. Treatment isn't recovery, it's treatment.
And that's where Support for Recovery steps in, and I think Support for Recovery is one of the unique organizations that does help provide people the opportunity coming out of recovery or coming out of treatment to have a stable recovery.
Showing that there is recovery, there is hope, and not everybody is the same.
When I think of Support for Recovery, the words I think of are advocacy,
Resiliency,
Gratitude,
Success.
grassroots,
Definitely funding, for sure.
Community.
and I think of support.
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 and support.
I know how much pain we've all got through and the hurdles and the obstacles, but look at where we are today. You know, and look how we're supporting each other. You know, the community we're recovering.